Now I'm going to discuss a moment how they used the enemy within. They impacted a neurotrauma and codified things that they were saying around me while I was hostage as a child. Like Terry Visco's comment, TVC 15 was David Bowie's ground control operation. The Spiders from Mars outpost in Pittsburgh, where the Warhols were, took me hostage and even gave me Warhol's phone number. He seems personally not to have known this was going on. They did shoot him. He was skittish for the rest of his life, something my mother exhibits, almost as a lampoon of what they did. Well, I was terrified naturally, but they used a neural implant and they um, focused me on the nonviolent leadership of the 60s while pulling attack prostitution undercover and saying, well, that's okay. Accordingly, it became a war of terrible fright when they released the AIDS attack and began extruding from Carnegie Mellon's laboratories pornographic agency dialogue. Tied Up and Porter with a Carrot came out in Peter Shell's laboratories, which was the TVC15 implant comment that I was in the custody of someone named Dusseldorf. In other words, they sold an American symbol to our worst enemies for the enemy within, which was codified as Burstyn, Ellen Burstyn, and Gail Burstyn. Gay, ill, Carolyn Burstyn. It's like gay illness, Christmas caroling, bombs bursting. These people believe they come from places like one of them is Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen's West Wing is an illusion palace. He sincerely believes himself the Wizard of Oz. And they also believe that God is so powerful that they can poof, blow up the whole shebang and it'll just reemerge better and more noble. This is ridiculous cunning by people who plotted to rob us through the military industrial complex for many, many years and cheat us of the potentials of public education. The script says, isn't it weird how everything I've already said has already been written? As though to imply, we've heard your liberal arguments before, but this is the nature of reality. Refrain is commonplace in the city of Pittsburgh, a weirdo joint that produced Flame Over Africa from one of Yoko Ono's dacoits. Now they're complaining about climate change. Everybody should be complaining about climate change, but also this macabre apparatus from Hollywood. And they encrypted everything. Clint Hill came to the defense of somebody who was in the car right next to Kennedy in their in bedroom scene. Hill Clint got put into office. This is all presto changeo switcheroo symbology. And Clint Eastwood dances with a widow in the end of one of his finer films, symbolizing the forgiveness through revenge of Yoko Ono to the posse of true manhood. True men, true man, true men don't use atomic bombs, is the moral of their message. Not the atomic bomb was a symbol for us to stop the warrior mentality and preserve our children and the world around us. Something very twisted has gone wrong with these people. And I'd like to discuss more of it as the day goes on.